Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Alrighty, everyone. This is your host, Tiny Jester. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome one and all to the 1984 NLDS. Actually, again, that should be NLCS Championship Series, not Division Series. No, this is the Championship Series. I'm going to have to change that. Anyways, so welcome. As if you watch the first two games, we are in game number 3. This is a best of 5 series, so the most important game of the series is this one, and it's going to feature the Chicago Cubs at the San Diego Padres. This is a game from October 4th, 1984, for your viewing pleasure. Of course, we're talking about the curse of the Billy Goat. Lovely. All right, so you can see our starting lineups there. We got Bob Denier. He is in center field. We got Ryan Sandberg at second, Gary Matthews in left field, Leo Durham at first, Keith Moreland in right field, Ron Say at third, Jody Davis is the catcher, a zero arm, and Larry Boa, the shortstop, is a -1 actually. After trying to remember that, Larry Boa is at short, and then pitching today is Dennis Eckersley for the Cubs. And we now go to the starting pitcher of San Diego. That is going to be Eddie Whitson. Eddie Whitson. He's a right-hander. He was 14-8 on the season with a 3.24 ERA. Pitched 189 innings, gave up 181 hits. He gave up 103 strikeouts, only 41 walks, so pretty solid pitching there by Eddie Whitson. And we're going to get things underway again. Our pink dice is just for, what is it for again? It is for strategy rolls, any strategy roll that we might do. So when no one's on, we can just disregard that. Otherwise, it's red for the column, white for the row. Cross-reference, find a result. This is our modifier dice, and we're ready to go. So here we go. October 4th, 1984. Both teams need a win. Cubs, winning game 2, have now put the pressure back on San Diego to keep home field advantage, although San Diego does have home field advantage in these playoffs. So on the top of the first inning, Eddie Whitson, the right-hander against Bob Denier, the right-hander. And away we go from game number 3. 6-6 right off the bat is a possible strikeout. Jack Murphy Stadium -2 to strikeouts, nothing in walks, nothing in home runs. So we do have to remember the -2K. So against the righty, he's a 6, -2 is a 4. Rerolled a 3, so that is going to start him off with a big strikeout there on Bob Denier, down on strikes. So that brings up Ryan Sandberg. Disregard this card here in the middle. The reason I have this card is sometimes cameras have a hard time focusing when there's nothing but white area. It keeps trying to, focus, unfocus, focus, unfocus. So I've just given it something to try and, as long as it's like in the middle of the screen, there's 5 little sensors. So as long as a couple of the sensors pick this card up, it should try to stay focused in on that. So there you go. That's why that card is there, if people are wondering. Ryan Sandberg, the number 2 hitter, and here we go. It is a 4-2, and that is a possible walk against the right-hander is an 11. He rolled a 5, so that is going to be a base on balls. Ryan Sandberg is aboard here in the top of the first inning. He has an attempt of 4, no adjustment off of Whitson. So we will now throw the purple dice in there to see if he wants to try and take off for second base. What is his chance, by the way? Is 16 minus or +1 for Whitson. And I'll have to check the catcher, and that is going to be Jody No, it's catcher for the Cubs is or the San Diego is Terry Kennedy. He is a +1. Is no, wait. Is he a +1? He is a +1. So +2 to his chance. So if he can get the jump, he might try for it. Ryan Sandberg's at first. Gary Matthews at the plate. No, one out here in the top of the first inning. And that is a 2-4, and 2-4 is going to be a possible strikeout. That's a 10. -2 is 8. He rolled a 3. No strategy on the dice. I guess I should look at that first, but another big strikeout by Eddie Whitson. 2-way now for Leo Durham. So strikeout, walk, strikeout so far here in the top of the first, and Leo Durham. No strategy, 1-2, and that's going to be a range play. So range play, I normally add in a special range play die. Where's my blue die? I don't have my blue die, but we'll just use green. So this will be anytime we do a range play, that'll be the range play dice. So Leon Durham. All right, so that is going to be a 3-6. 3-6 is going to be question mark 9. Question mark 9 against the right-hander. He rolled a 9, so that is going to be a double into right field. Unless it's stolen away, but a 6, he's not going to make it. So that is going to be a double into right field. Now we've got to find out on a double. Minus 1 S9 double. -1 to his speed rating. So runner at first is going to be Sandberg. He's got a base running of 4. -1 is 3. And the right fielder out there for the Padres is going to be Tony Gwynn. He is a -1 as well. So it's going to take him from a... let's calculate this again. Sandberg is a base running of 4. It was an D9 in right field, doubled to right, so it's a -1. Add 1 because there's 2 outs. And the... Tony Gwynn is a -1, so it's going to take him down to a 3. So 1-3. The runner from first is coming home all the way around on the double by Leo Durham. And, I need to roll 2 dice on this one. 2 dice for sure. 2 dice for sure. That is a 4-1. So that is going to be thrown out at the plate. Thrown out at the plate as that die is this dice. You always look at the first dice. If it's a 1, then you look at the second dice. If this dice is a 6, you'll look at the second because there's a 1 dice column and a 6 dice column for special results if you roll a 1 or 6 on this dice. But a 4 is higher than his base running, so he is going to be thrown out. I'm just trying to make sure he still goes. It's not like he just decides not to go. Let's just make sure. Yeah, if his run rating is less than or equal to 1, then he would automatically not go. No throw is needed. If it's 6 or higher, he automatically goes and there's no throw because otherwise you're going to throw chart. If you roll 2 to 5, if roll is less than or equal to the adjusted base running, then the runner advances. Otherwise, they hold actually. Oh, okay, so that is going to be, he's going to hold. So it's going to be a double. Moving to third is Sandberg. Good thing I read that then. So yes, if roll is less than or equal to the adjusted base running, then runner advances. Otherwise, they hold. So a double by Durham, and they're going to hold Sandberg at third. So runners at second and third. Runners at second and third. Sorry about that. A little bit of confusion. My bad. 2 outs here for Keith Moreland. And we will not worry about the strategy, guys, because he's now on third base. So we don't have to worry about that. So it's a 5-2. 5-2 is a ballpark. So first chance to look at Jack Murphy Stadium ballpark for Keith Moreland. He rolled a 2-5, and that's going to be a single plus into right field. A single plus into right field, and because it's a single plus, all base runners get 2 bases, and then he tries to head to second. Moreland base running of 2. Right fielder, we already looked at Gwynn, is a -1. So he's going to only have a one chance. Otherwise, he's thrown out on the S plus 9. Let me just double check the plus 9 to make sure I'm not doing something wrong there. Let's see here. S plus, single to the position listed where the batter attempts to stretch it into a double. Roll a d6, checking the hitter's base running rate. All right, so I think maybe you don't adjust for the arm. That seems a little, I think you do, but it might not matter. Let's just roll, see if he makes it or not. Oh, it does matter, because a 2 he would be safe, 1 he would be out. So I'm going to have to delve into the rule book here. Find that play listed and see what it says here. Batter card. All right. So we've got. Here we go. 4.6. S plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. Single with the possibility of an extra base. Roll a d6 against the combination of the batter's base running and the outfielder's arm rating. If the roll is less than or equal to the sum, the runner is safe at second with a double. Rolls greater than the sum but not equal to 6 are singles only. If the roll is greater than the sum and equal to 6, the runner is thrown out at second trying to stretch it. Okay, so there you go. There is our lesson on inside pitch for the day. That's going to be a single, and because it's a plus, all runners advance 2 bases on that. So a single by Keith Moreland is going to score 2 runs, and he's going to stop at first. Thinking about stretching it out, but he dives back just in time. And so 2 runs in for the Cubs here in the top of the first inning. Couple tough plays already in this one that I had to double check the rules on, but now we know. That's cool. All right, it brings up Ron Say, the third baseman, and we forgot to look at his strategy. He's only an attempt of 1, so we don't have to do much. It's a 1-1 hit by pitch. Hit by pitch is an 8, plus 1 for Whitson, and he rolled a 14, so no hit by pitch, so this is going to go on to Ron Say's card. That's a 5-1. He's going to pop him up, and calling for it is Al Wiggins, and he's going to make the catch on the pop-up to second base, and that's going to do it for the top of the first inning. But a good start to this game for the Cubs, and they take a 2-0 lead. So that brings up Dennis Eckersley, the pitcher, but let's look at the offense for San Diego here. It's Al Wiggins at second. We got Tony Gwynn in right. Steve Garvey at first base. Craig Nettles at third. Terry Kennedy, the catcher, +1 again. Kevin McReynolds is 0, and he is in center field. We got Carmelo Martinez, he's in left field. And Gary Templeton is the shortstop. And, of course, Eddie Whitson pitching today. And, of course, he's going up against Dennis Eckersley. Dennis Eckersley, he was 14-12 with a 3.60 ERA. Pitched 225 innings. Give him 223 hits, almost a hit an inning. 114 strikeouts and only 40 walks. Good control by Dennis Eckersley. Let's see how this rolls here into the bottom of the first. It's 2-0 Cubs. Hopefully you guys like my new setup here. I got the liners for you. I have the information on the Oh, I wonder, can I set the location? I can. Let's go Jack Murphy Stadium. And I say okay. Now you should see, yep, Jack Murphy Stadium. There we go. All right. So here we are, Al Wiggins against Dennis Eckersley. We're in game 3, bottom of the first inning. It's a 2-5. 2-5 is a blank on Eckersley's card. So we're going right to Al Wiggins' card. He's a switch hitter. Batting from the left side, 2-1. That's going to be ground ball down to first. Over there is going to be Durham, and he's going to take it to the bag, scoops it up, and takes it to the bag himself. Ground ball over to first for the out. So Al Wiggins tries to knock that between the legs of Leo Durham, just like the famous play was why we're doing this replay. But Durham solid to the task. That brings up Tony Gwynn. Lefty versus righty matchup here. Tony Gwynn, 351 average. 4-5 from Eckersley, and that's a possible strikeout, but you're not going to strike out Tony Gwynn. That is way too high for Tony Gwynn. He's only a 2 versus right-handers. And a 2-2 from his card is a ground ball to second. There's Sandberg. Throws it over to Durham, and that will be 2 away now in the bottom of the first. Brings up Steve Garvey, the first baseman. Batted .284 on the season. Had 8 home runs and 1 stolen base. 6-5. Possible walk, and that dice is too high, so no walk for Garvey. And he waits on a good pitch. Here one comes. 52, and that's down towards the shortstop. And trying to make the play is Boa, and just to his left, and cannot keep that in the infield. And that is going to be a single by Garvey. He's on first. Attempts, he will not have any attempts. We will keep this dice in because there can be a pickoff attempt, assuming Eckersley does have a pickoff attempt. Okay, so we will keep this in there in case Eckersley decides to throw over towards first. That brings up Greg Nettles, runner at first. 2 outs here. And Eckersley, error on a ground ball possibly. Greg Nettles. 2-4, and that's going to be a single past the second baseman. No error check on the single, though, because it's only on a ground ball out, I believe. Let's just double check that one more time just to make sure, because I'm like 99% sure, but I want to make 100% sure, right? So where are we? We're going back towards results on the pitcher's cards. This game's really easy to understand and play. I just haven't been off to I'm not on my A game today, right? All right, so we have a range play, blah, blah, blah. Possible walks, Ks, home runs, range play. Error on a ground ball. Possible error on ground balls only. Roll 2d6 against the batter's card to resolve the play. On ground ball results, check for an error by rolling 1d20 against the fielder's error rating. Do not check for errors on hits, flyouts, pop-outs, or line-outs. Line drives. So do not check for errors on hits, flyouts, pop-outs, and line-outs. So I was 99%. Make that 100%. So we got to see if Garvey goes to third. First to third on the, what was that? It was an S6. So first to third, he needs a base running of 5. He's got a base running of 2. He gets a +1 because of being 2 outs. But that'll only take him to a 3. And it's not 5. We can look at the left fielder's arm. That's Gary Matthews, and he's a +1, so that'll actually take him to a 4, but he needs a 5, cannot do it. He's going to stop at second base on a single. So back-to-back singles here in the bottom of the first inning, and we go to Terry Kennedy. Terry Kennedy. 2 outs here. Runners at first and second. In the bottom of the first against Dennis Eckersley. 6-5. Possible walk. He's a 6. That is too high, so no walk. Terry Kennedy, the lefty. 6-5 again. 6-5 is going to be a ground ball. This one again to Sandberg. And he makes the play over in time for the out. And that's going to do it for the bottom of the first inning. So go to the second inning. It is still 2-0 Cubs as they put together 2 hits in the first inning. And a walk, and the big 2 RBI single by Keith Moreland drove in both of the runs. We go to the top of the second. Eddie Whitson against Jody Davis. Jody Davis, the catcher, 256 average. 2-2 possible strikeout, and a 1 says stay right. 3, you're out of there. Jody Davis, swing and a miss. That brings up Larry Boa. Couldn't make the play in the bottom of the first inning that got by him. 1-2 at a range play. So we've got a range play coming up. And that's going to be a 3-3 on his card, and that's going to be in the left field. Left fielder out there, again, is going to be Gary Matthews, and that is going to give us I'm sorry. No. Left field is going to give us Carmelo Martinez. That's who it's going to give us. And he has a range of 5. Great range in left field. 5 range. Carmelo Martinez. So he's going to make this play as the 1 on the range dice. 3-3. Yep, F7. So that's going to be a fly ball. Easy catch out there for Durham. And that is 2 away now. And that brings up Dennis Eckersley. I'm just going to hide the green dice back here in my little tray. Dennis Eckersley's up. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. He was only a 109 hitter. 3-6 home run question mark. Eckersley's a right-hander. So on a right-hander, 1-2 would be a home run check. It is not. So we'll go right to Eckersley's card. That is a 5-2, and that's going to be a fly ball. Once again, out there to left field. Martinez makes the catch. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the second. And what did I do with the cards? Oops, here they are. All right, so Eckersley back in. Bottom of the second. It is 2-0 Cubs, as you can see by our little scoreboard there. Great job by ID Jester doing that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. All right, Kevin McReynolds, the center fielder for San Diego, steps into the batter's box. And here comes a pitch from Eckersley. And that one is a possible strikeout. 8 minus 2 is 6. The 10 is too high. So no strikeout by McReynolds. He's going to get a pitch to hit. Let's see what he does. That's 6-3. That's a ground ball. That's going to Boa. It's short, and I'm starting to learn where these players are positioned now. Look at me go. So Boa over to Durham at first for the out. What a way for Carmelo Martinez. Each team with 2 hits. Carmelo Martinez, 250, 13 home runs, and a stolen base in the regular season. 3-1 from Eckersley is a straight-up home run chance against a right-hander. And Martinez, who hit a home run in Chicago, has done it again for San Diego. That one is going way back and gone. Carmelo Martinez with another home run in this series. That is home run number 2. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. 2-1 score here in the bottom of the second inning. Gary Templeton steps in. He is a 258 hitter. Only 2 home runs, but 8 stolen bases. Base running of 3. 1-1 off of Eckersley is a blank. The switch hitter, Templeton, batting from the left side. 6-6 Starline 3. That's going to be a fly ball, and that's going out to center field. That is going to be Bob Denier, and he'll make the catch. 2 away now. And brings up the pitcher spot, Eddie Whitson. Eddie Whitson. 0.49 average. He had 1 RBI, 61 at bats. Not very adept with the stick in his hand. 4-6 blank off Eckersley. Well, he's going to get a shot at it at least. He's going to get a shot at it. Is there any hits on his card? I do not see a single hit off of his card. Nope. He will not get a hit. 4-4 will be a fly ball. That one's going out to right field this time. The right fielder is going to be Keith Moreland. And we go to the third. It's a 1-2-3 inning there. No, it's not. That's right. We had the home run, of course. So Martinez with the big home run. And so we go to the top of the third. It is 2-1 ball game. And that's going to bring up Eddie Wilson versus Bob Denier. Bob Denier, 278 hitter, 3 home runs, 45 RBIs. I'm sorry, 45 stolen bases. 45 stolen bases for Denier. 6-4. Possible strikeout, and that is going to be a 19, so no strikeout. Bob Denier is going to get a swing at it. 4-5, and back to the mound. Eddie Whitson snags that out of the air and throws it over to first base. That's Garvey for the out. Ryan Sandberg up. He walked his first time up. And a blank off of Whitson, so that ball was a little outside. We're going to redo on Sandberg's card. 5-1. Question mark 9. So against the righty, rolled an 8, and that's going to be a solid double by Ryan Sandberg. That one's going to fall in, and he's going to make it to second standing up. That brings up 1 out here. Sandberg, he's got an attempt of 4. He did have 32 stolen bases in the regular season, so because he's going to third, it'd be a 1 or 2 to advance on the strategy dice roll. So Gary Matthews is up. He struck out in the first. And that's a possible error chance. Error question mark. Gary Matthews. 1-1 is a single to pass first base. I think, again, because it's a single, we don't actually... let me just double check that again. Because it's an actual hit. I'm not sure we check for the actual out on that. Let's see. That was error. It was a... Off of Eddie Wilson, it was a... Error question mark. Possible roll 2d6 against the banner card to resolve the point on all results. Check for an error by rolling 1d20 against a fielder's error rating. Okay, so even though it's a single past the first baseman, we still check to see if there's an error. 18 though will not be an error, so it's not going to matter as that is a single. Sandberg, 1 out. His base running again is a 4. It's an S3. Going second to home, he needs to have a base running of 4. It is a 4, but out there in the right field. What up?
I just called another company, and this one says that they removed the smell, blah, blah, blah. So they're sending me a document to sign that, we'll pay the $99 fee.
Okay.
But they said that they will find it.
Okay.
Like these others who aren't doing it.
Good. Good to hear. So he needs a 4. He has a 4, but out there in right field because it went by the first baseman, it's going to go to the right fielder. That's Tony Gwynn. He is a -1 on the checks. So that he's going to take him back down to a 3, which is not good enough. So he's going to stop at third base on the single. So runners at the corners, 1 out. And that brings up Leo Durham. Leo Durham doubled his first time up. So double in his single. And we have 1 out. Defense is going to play halfway. First and third, they're going to play halfway. So on playing halfway, the range they get a -1. Ground ball double play, they get a +1. Better on third, he gets a -1. Base running, first base gets a -1. All right, so they're going to play halfway in. It's a 5-6, so that is a blank. 5-6 is a blank off of Whitson. Leo Durham is up, doubled his first time up. 3-6, that's a question mark. 9, oh my gosh. And another 7 on the dice is going to be another double, as that is ripped in the gap. 2 doubles for Leo Durham so far in this game. Now we have to find out what Gary Matthews does at first. It is going to be a 9, so it's going to go to right field. Tony Gwynn again. So right field, Gary Matthews at first base. He's got a base running of 3. D9. No, it was a double. D9. -1, so it takes him to a. He's a base running of 3. -1 for the play, -1 for the arm, takes him to a 1. So if he has a 1 or less, no need for throw. His runner stops with no advance. All right. So Durham nails that one in the gap, and going first to third will be Matthews. And coming into score will be Sandberg. So the Cubs get that run back they gave up in the bottom of the second. It is now 3-1. And due up is Keith Moreland, who singled 2 RBI in the first inning against Eddie Whitson, who is not having his A game right now. Eddie Whitson, he's given up 5 hits and 3 runs so far. Runners to second and third, only 1 out. Defense is going to play. They're going to play in. Defense is in on second and third. Second and third. Are they going to play in? Yeah, defense is going to play. They're going to play half. They're going to play halfway in again. Halfway in. 1-2. That's a range play. So we're going to be doing a range play off of Eddie Whitson. Range play. Keith Moreland. Oops, foul ball. Still going to be range play, but it's a foul. Eddie Whitson or Keith Moreland with the hit. 6-4 is a liner at the first baseman, but again, the 6 on the range, he's going to miss it. So that's going to go in for his single right over the glove of Steve Garvey. And now we have to see what happens with the base runners. Leo Durham is at second. He's got a base running of 3. It's going to be an S3 past the first baseman. Second to home, he needs a 4, but again, he only has a 3 -1 because of the arm, so he's going to stop at second base on the single. Tony Gwynn is basically, or Durham's going to stop at third. He's going to keep these runners from scoring. Tony Gwynn with his cannon for an arm, but Matthews is going to score That's a double, single, double, single, and that's not what you want to see if you're a San Diego fan. The Cubs are smashing the ball here. 2 runs in, only 1 out again. They're going to play back. Go for that double play, actually. Oh, grabbed the wrong dice anyways. That is a 6-4 possible strikeout. And Say is a 12. -2 is a 10. Because of the -2, it is not a strikeout. If Jack Murphy comes back to bite the San Diego Padres instead of a strikeout, Ron Say is going to get to do something with it, and that is a Starline 6. That's a fly ball to center field. Fly ball to center field. Now we got to find out if the runner on third is going to advance. Runner on third, Durham, again, is a base running of 3. So, we're going to roll a D6. If it's less than or equal to the hitter's sacrifice fly rating, Ron Say sacrifice fly is a 2. Then runner scores. Otherwise, we'll go to the next step. It's a 3, so he doesn't automatically score off of Say's hit. Now, we're going to re-roll the D6 on the throw chart with only the base running and the outfielder's arm. So the base runner and the base runner is Moreland. He's a base running of 2. -1 for the arm of... So that will take him from a 2 to a 1. So Leo Durham is going to stay at third on the sacrifice fly to center field. Wasn't deep enough, I'm assuming. So Durham's going to stay. Moreland will stay. And now there's 2 outs. Big out there. And that's going to take us to Jody Davis, the catcher here. Runners at the corners. 2 outs here. Top of the 3rd inning. 2, 5, possible strikeout, 11 -2 from Jack Murphy takes it to a 9. So once again, not a good result. Jack Murphy and Jody Davis is going to get a swing at it. Starline 3, that's going to be a ground ball. That one's going to short, and that's going to finally retire the side as Jody Davis grounds it to Gary Templeton. So that will be the out. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd is now a 4-1 ball game, Cubs. And due up is the top of the order, Al Wiggins. Grounded down to first in the 1st inning. 4-3 error chance. Error question mark. So an error chance here. Al Wiggins. 41, that's a ground ball to short, and 17. I can't imagine Larry Boa has a 17. No, he's got a 7. So that's going to be a good play by Boa. At short, he throws it on target for the out. That brings up Tony Gwynn. His arm is the only thing that's keeping San Diego in this game. He's kept the runners from advancing, as you've seen so far. So that power arm in right field is keeping. He's doing more defensively than he is offensively as he grounded to second his first time up. And a 2-3 off of Ankersley. He's a left-hander, so that's a star line. So star line 2 is going to be a ground ball to short. Yep, short again. So another play by Boa. 2 up, 2 down. We go to Steve Garvey, who singled his first time up. 5-4 against the righty is a possible strikeout, but no strikeout of Garvey as he foul tips that one off. He's going to get another swing at it. 6-6, that one's going to be down the line at third base is going to be Ron Say. Say's going to throw it over to Durham at first, and that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Eckersley. And things are definitely very quiet here at Jack Murphy Stadium as the Cubs offense and defense have stymied the Padres here in game number 3 so far. Through 3, it's 4-1 Cubbies. That brings up Larry Bowa, the shortstop, made some good defensive plays there in the bottom of the third. 5-6 is a blank on, so Bowa's going to get a swing at it. 3-3, that's a fly ball. That's going out to left field. Out there is going to be Martinez. And his home run in the second inning is all San Diego has for offense so far. Brings up Eckersley. He'll swing the bat at it. 2-1 possible home run against the right-hander. No, that's a straight home run check. Eckersley was 0, though. No home run. Look at that. We rolled a 2. If he had any kind of home runs, he would have got a home run there. Denner's Eckersley. No home run for Eckersley, so if you're going to throw bad, that's the one to throw it on is when the pitcher's up. Eckersley's going to get a swing at it. 6-6, that's a ground ball to short. And that will be a big difference between a home run and a ground ball to short. 2-away for Bob Denier. He is 0 for 2, struck out in the first and grounded to first in the third. 6-5, possible strikeout, no strikeout. Bob Denier waits on a better pitch. Here it comes. 4-5, that's a ground ball back to the pitcher, and he will throw it over to Garvey at first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Eddie Whitson. So Eddie Whitson finally gets a good inning. And that brings Eckersley back out here in the bottom of the fourth. 4-1 Cubs. The pivotal game number 3 of the series. Greg Nettles singled in the first. His second time up against Eckersley. 5-4 against the lefties, a blank. If he was a right-hander, it would have been a possible strikeout. So Nettles sees a pitch he likes, swings at it. 1-5 and question mark 8. So this is going out to center field off the right-hander, and that's going to fall in front of the center fielder, Bob Denier, for a single. A1. So Nettles, no attempt there, so we won't have to. We will throw this dice, but we won't have to worry about it unless a 20 comes up and Eckersley tries to pick him off. 2-2 is going to be a blank off Eckersley. And Terry Kennedy, he grounded to second his first time up. 5-5, star line 4. That's a ground ball down to third. We're going to check for a double play here. Double play 3. No adjustment from Eckersley. So 1-2-3 is going to be a ground ball double play. It's a 5. So the runner at first is Nettles. He's got a base running of 2, so he will be out at the fielder's choice. We're going to call that a 5-4. Out at second on the fielder's choice. So 1 out. And that brings up Kevin McReynolds. He grounded to short his first time up against Eckersley. 5-6. And that would be a single if he's tired. He is in a pickoff attempt. So Eckersley, look at this dice. 1-2 is a balk. So Eckersley with the balk. So balks over a base runner. Kennedy moves to second on the balk, and when we get a replay here for Kevin Reynolds. Kevin Reynolds grounded to short his first time up in the second inning. So runner in scoring position for the Padres. They're down 4-1. They could really use something. The Cubs are winning 4-1 right now. We're in the bottom of the fourth. McReynolds. And that is a 3-3 off of Eckersley. And that's a possible walk. And 5-2. That is going to be a walk with the open bag there. They decide to walk Kevin McReynolds. So McReynolds is on first. And Terry Kennedy's on second. And that brings up Carmelo Martinez, who home run in the second inning. His second home run of this series against Dennis Eckersley. Eckersley sees Carmelo stepping into the box. He's going to pitch him very cautiously. Eckersley versus Martinez. 3-6. Another possible walk. 15 He rolled a 16, though, so no walk. Martinez is going to have to do it with the bat. Here we go. Runners at first and second. 3-1 against the right-hander. It's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Gary Matthews makes the catch for the second out. That brings up Gary Templeton. Gary Templeton with the pitcher spot due up. We're going to pitch him very cautiously as well. Gary Templeton against Dennis Eckersley. 6-4 is a blank. So 6-4 is blank off of Eckersley. Templeton, 4-4. That's a fly ball. That's going out to Denier out in center field, and that will do it. So the Padres able to get a couple men in on base, but unable to do anything with them. And that brings us to the top of the fifth. Eddie Whitson coming back out. He can face off a bunch of runners, or a bunch of batters, but he's not having a very good game here in San Diego. Ryan Sandberg, a walk and a double so far for Ryan Sandberg. So walk and a single. I'm sorry, walk and a double. Ryan Sandberg, 5-3, and that's a question mark. He is a right-hander. Right-hander. 1-9 is a star line, and it's a 7, so that is going to be a star line. And we'll roll. Doesn't really matter, but it's a 6. It's a fly ball out to center field for the out. Making the catch out there in center field is Kevin McReynolds. So Sandberg's out now. That brings up Gary Matthews, and he struck out in the first and singled in the third. Eddie Whitson, 2-3, wild pitch, but no one's on with, so we can ignore that. That was a bit outside. 3-3, that's a blank. So Gary Matthews is going to get a swing at it. 1-4, that's going to be a fly ball out to left field, and that's going to be Martinez, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, and it does. Holy cow. Almost learning where these players are playing now. That brings up Leo Durham. He's got his double in the first, a double in the third. Let's see what he does his third time up. 2-4, possible strikeout. That is a 10 minus 2 is 8, so no strikeout for Leo Durham. 4-3 on his card against the righty. That's ground ball. That's going to be hit to second base. That's Wiggins. Al Wiggins with the good play, and another 1-2-3 inning for Mr. Whitson, and he's starting to find his groove. That brings up Dennis Eckersley back in the bottom of the fifth. And Whitson is, do you start the inning off, or do you decide to, I think we're going to leave Whitson in. He's actually started to, let's see, it was a 1-2-3 inning in the fifth, a 1-2-3 inning in the fourth. He had a little bit of trouble in the third inning, but it looks like he's settling it down a little bit. So they're going to let Whitson try to get another inning or two out of Whitson. So Whitson will bat. 4-4 is a blank. So we know, we already looked, Eddie Whitson does not have a hit on his card, so it'll be an out. And it's ground ball to short for the first out. All right, brings up Al Wiggins. He's 0 for 2 on the day. 1-1 is blank on Eckersley's card. Al Wiggins. 1-2, and that's going to be a single in the left field, and that's going to fall in. That is going to be, that is not what I wanted. I want a single off of him. There we go. So Al Wiggins is an attempt of 9. Eckersley actually gives you a +3. So he's going to be a 12. 1-12. I'm going to leave his card face up as Al Wiggins is probably going to go here against Eckersley. He's going to take off. He's going to try and get in scoring position. Tony Gwynn. And we need to add this dice. So 1-12 on the pink dice, and something's going to happen. And that is going to be a 19. So nothing. 5-4. 5-4 against the lefties, a blank. So Gwynn's going to get a roll on his card here. 3, 4. That's a liner right at the shortstop. Oh boy. So liner at the shortstop. We have a runner at first. So if I roll a 1, he's doubled off. It's a 4, so he's not doubled off. It's going to be liner right at the shortstop. Throwing it to first. Almost catching him, leaning out just a bit too far is Boa, but diving back is Wiggins. So Wiggins, I'm actually going to, all right. Wiggins 2 outs now. He might still try and go with Garvey up. Let's see what happens. Eckersley. 4, yep, he's going to go. He goes on the pitch, and that is going to be a 15. Eckersley's a +2, so it takes him to a 17. The catcher, Jody Davis, is a 0. So 1 to 17, rolled to 16, so stolen base by Al Wiggins. And steals second. There we go. So Al Wiggins on to second base now. He actually has a 1 to 6 to try and steal third as well. Steve Garvey waits on the pitch. He's 1 for 2 on the day. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And that is a 5, actually. So once again, he is going to steal third base. Steal third. So 1 to 12. Half of that is 1 to 6. So he goes on the 14, and he's in there. I don't think you take a penalty. Yep, I don't see any penalty there. All right. So with the runner on third, Wiggins with 2 stolen bases. How many stolen bases? Wiggins had 70 stolen bases in the regular season. So he is a man on the move. He's a man on the move. All right, so Garvey 1 for 2. He's got to do something special here. Uh-oh. That is a 20. So a 20 again is going to be 1 to 2 is a balk. 3 to 5 is a pickoff. It's neither one of those, so we're going to get to roll again. I guess we should have probably just went ahead with the play then. But I used the black dice, so yeah, we have to re-roll that. All right, so Eckersley, once again, this time no strategy this time. As it's just a 2-6, which is going to be a star line. So it's a star line on Eckersley's card, which is an auto out 5, which is going to be a fly ball. And that one's going out to left field. Making the catch out there, Gary Matthews, and that is going to do it. They get the runner to third, but they cannot cash it in. We go to the 6. Oops, go to the 6. Still, 4-1 Cubbies. Game number 3 of the series. All right, that brings back up Keith Moreland. Singled in the first, singled in the third. 3 RBI day for Keith Moreland. Very quietly having a great series. The right fielder for your Cubs. 6-5 possible strikeout. No strikeout as Moreland fouls that one off. 4-3, and once again, single into left field. Base hit, stealing. He's got an attempt of 1, so if we get crazy here, 0 for 2 is Ronsay. 0 for 2 is Ronsay. He's not a very good bunter either, so not thinking about bunting here. Nobody out, runner first, Ronsay. That is a 1-4 blank. 1-4 blank, so Ronsay 0 for 2. 5-1, he's going to pop him up. Second baseman Al Wiggins calls for it. He's going to make the catch. Whoa, 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 whoa. Popped him up. Al Wiggins is going to make the catch for the out. 1 away. Big out there by Eddie Whitson. Jody Davis struck out in the second and ended the third on a grounder to short. 0 for 2 is Jody Davis. And 6-1 is against the righty. Possible strikeout, and that is a strikeout. So first strikeout since the second inning. Finally, Whitson blows one by Davis for the strikeout. 2-way now for Larry Boa, and he's flied out to left field twice now. 6-3 is a ballpark check, so we're going to the ballpark. Ballpark check. Larry Boa's getting a ballpark. 5-3. He's going to pop it up behind the plate. Throwing his mask off is going to be Terry Kennedy. He's looking for it and makes the catch in foul territory. Boa out, popped up behind the plate in foul territory to the catcher for the out. And that's going to do it for the top of the sixth. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Still 4-1 Cubs. Eckersley pitching a much better game than his last outing. But that brings up Greg Nettles. Greg Nettles, 228 average, but he's 2 for 2 on the day. Singled in the first, single to start things off in the fourth. Greg Nettles. 3-2 is a blank off of Eckersley. Greg Nettles settles in. 3-6, and that's going to be ground ball. That's going to Sandberg for the throw to first in time. One away, Terry Kennedy. Terry Kennedy grounded to second in the first and hit into fielder's choice in the fourth. 0 for 2 is Terry Kennedy. Whoop, foul that one off. That one went a long way, but it went foul. 5-4, and that is against the lefties a blank. So Kennedy gets a swing at it. 2-2, fly ball. It's going out to Denier in center field for the second out. Eckersley giving up two hits since the home run in the second inning. That's all. One in the fourth inning, one in the fifth, and that's all against Dennis Eckersley. Kevin McReynolds grounded to short in the second and walked in the fourth. 6-1. Error and a ground ball chance. Error and a ground ball chance. Kevin McReynolds. 3-4, and that is going to be question mark 8. And that's going to fall in for a single into center field. Single for Kevin McReynolds. He's got an attempt of 2. Carmelo Martinez is up. His home run in the second inning. His only run so far for the Padres. 4-1 Cubs. Martinez, Eckersley. And that is a 1-6 against the righties. A K+. That's going to take him to a 19. Minus 2 is 17. That is a 10. Strike 3 called. You're out of there. So, good inning by Dennis Eckersley for the Cubs. We go to the seventh here at Jack Murphy Stadium. The sun's starting to set out in the darkness, and as the lights come on here in the facility, here at Jack Murphy Stadium, beautiful sunset here in San Diego off the Pacific Ocean. Dennis Eckersley is going to be up, and actually Eckersley can face 33. I just want to see how many batters he's faced so far. He is coming up at 26 will be coming up, so he can probably go another inning. So we're going to start him off batting, might as well. 2-1, and oh my God, another time. This is his second time Dennis Eckersley would have had a home run if he had any kind of home run check. That's second 2-1 that he's had. But no home run, so he's got to go off his card. He does have a single. I see at least one hit on his card. And that's not it. 2-4. That is a strikeout, actually. He's got a strikeout on his card. So a strikeout by Eddie Whitson off of Eckersley. That brings up Bob Denier. 0 for 3, but he's making good plays in the outfield. Bob Denier. 3-3 blank. Bob Denier. 4-3. That's a ground ball. That's down to third base. Who's at third again? Greg Nettles. Right. Greg Nettles throws it across to Garvey at first for the out. 2 away. That brings up Sandberg. Sandberg walked in the first, doubled in the third, and flew out to center field in the fifth. Ryan Sandberg 1 for 2 with a walk. 2-3 wild pitch, which we can ignore. That 2-1 and 2-3 are bad for Eddie Whitson. 6-6 is a possible strikeout. Nope. Sandberg doesn't go for that one in the dirt, and I'll wait on a better pitch. Here it comes, 1-1. He's going to ground it to short. That's going to be our friend Templeton. He's going to throw it to first, and that's going to retire this side. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Stretch time here at Jack Murphy Stadium, so the crowd's on their feet, and hopefully this will inspire the Padres to get a little bit of offense going here. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Gary Templeton 0 for 2. 2 fly balls to center field is Templeton so far. 5-4. He is a switchy, so that's a left-hander, and that'll be a blank. That's one of those lefty-righty splits. But since he's a switch hitter, he'll be batting left, which means that is blank. So Templeton 2-4, and that's going to be a single. It's going to fall into left field as Matthews for the Cubs tries to get it to it, but it just dies in this thin San Diego air, and that's going to be a base hit, which allows Eddie Whitson to maybe stay in this game. They were going to pinch hit for him. Eddie Whitson, how many? He can face 31 batters. So far, he's faced 27, 28, 29. So he's only going to face 2 more. So Eddie Whitson's day is going to be done as they're going to be bringing in a pinch hitter for Eddie Whitson now with the runner at first. Who is that pinch hitter going to be? That is the greatest question of all. Well, let's see what they have on the bench. They have Bobby Brown, Eric Shuno. Well, it looks like it's going to be Luis Salazar is going to come in to pinch hit. Luis Salazar, pretty good option on the bench, so we're going to have a pinch hitter, Salazar coming in. So Salazar in, and who's at first? It's going to be Templeton's at first. He's got an attempt of 2. Are we going to call all strategies off? That's a good question. Nope. You know what? They're going to bring in Salazar, and they're going to go with the hit and run. They're going to try the hit and run and try and get some motion going here. Trying to do something to get this team started. It could be a bad mistake, but it could also light a fire. So we'll see what happens here. Where did Jack Murphy Stadium go? There's Jack Murphy Stadium. There we go. All right, so we're going to do a little hit and run action. Eckersley and Salazar. So no strategy. 2-6 is a star line. Wow. On Eckersley. So what kind of star line is it? And that is a 2. That's going to be a ground ball to short. But because of the hit and run, actually, this might save them on all ground ball double play ratings, a -2. So 2 -2 is a 0. No adjustment on Eckersley. So now we have to see if the all base running ratings get a +2. So Templeton base running at 3 +2 is a 5. So looks like his 5 beats the 4, so they only can get the runner at first because the hit and run was on. Otherwise, they would have got the runner at second. So it's going to be a fielder's choice. No, it's going to be a simple ground out to the shortstop, and Templeton will advance to second on the play. So Salazar comes in and does what is, move that runner over. Of course, we'd like to see something better, but there's one out now. Runner at second with Al Wiggins up. Wiggins is 1 for 3 with a big single in the 5th inning off of Eckersley. 13, so no strategy. 3-1. Oh no! Home run check. 3-1 is a home run check on Eckersley. But Al Wiggins against right-handers is no home run, 0. Against lefties, he was a 6. Against right-handers, he's a 0. So no home run. Al Wiggins just couldn't swing on that one down the middle. He has to wait on a different pitch. 3-2, and he's going to line it right back at Eckersley. And this, oh boy, this could be trouble. So it was a line drive to the pitcher, runner at first. 1-4, they get picked off. So Eckersley snares that one out of the air on the line out. Wiggins is doubled off at first. Oh boy, we're going to have to input this one. This is going to be a double play. We're going to call this. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. It was not at first. Right, because we had the hit and run on, which means it was a second base. It's only a 1-2, which means he does not get doubled off. Okay, so it's just going to be a liner to the first, to the pitcher, and staying at second will be Templeton. Wow, that was hit and run has saved the bacon for San Diego twice so far. So Tony Gwynn, 0 for 3 is Tony Gwynn, Mr. 351 average, needs to do something here. 10, so no strategy, 5-4, and that is going to be against the lefty, a blank. So blank against Gwynn. Tony Gwynn. 3-2, grounds it back to Eckersley, and he's going to underhand that throw to first, and that's going to retire the side. Oh, San Diego's so close, but Eckersley pumps his fist as he heads back to the dugout. And that's going to do it for Eddie Whitson. So Whitson is out. I have a righty, a lefty, a righty, righty, righty coming up. So it's going to be Gossage is their closer, so we're not going to use him yet. Let's see. We need somebody that had a few saves. But like Dave Dravecki, who had 8 saves. What I want to make sure is I don't use somebody that starts the next game. So who does start the next game? So next game is going to be Tim Lawler. Dravecki is definitely on the team because he pitches for 2 innings next game. So we're going to use Dave Dravecki. Dravecki's coming in. Dave Dravecki for the Cubs. He's going to try and get a... Oh, he's a lefty, though. Damn. Yeah, well, he's... yeah, that's what they're going to... damn. Let's see what else we have, then. Let's see what else we have. Hang on a second. Just want to make sure I don't get a starting pitcher. Here's a reliever. Okay, he's a reliever. Louis De Leon. Louis De Leon. He might have to do. He might have to do. He's a starter. He's a starter. He's done both. He's done both. Here's a reliever, Greg Lefters, but he's a lefty as well. Mark Thurmond. He's done both. Andy Hawkins. What?
Okay, the technician called me. Oh, he works in Resdale all the time. So he said, well, if you've had that smell that long, the problem is that you've waited too long. The carcass is pretty well decomposed, you know, and the chances that we may not be able to find it. He said, however, many times the gases from the decaying body has soaked into the drywall, and you have to cut all the drywall out.
Okay.
And I said,
Okay. I thought it was going to be a little bit shorter story. All right, back to what we were doing. Pinch hitter. So we're going to be bringing in Luis De Leon. New pitcher, Luis De Leon. De Leon. For some reason, he's not in the system right. So I got to add him, add player to roster. D E L E O N L U I S. And he's going to be ready. Okay, so Luis De Leon. All right, now let's go back over here. New pitcher. Luis De Leon, he will bat ninth. Sure. All right, so Luis De Leon is in here in the top of the eighth. It is a 4-1 Cubs ball game so far. Greg Matthews is 1-for-3 with a single in the third. He's going to try and get things started for San Diego here in the bottom of the seventh. No, I'm sorry. We're in the top of the eighth. Top of the eighth. That's what we're doing. Top of the eighth. 6-1 would have been a single if he was tired, but he's not tired. So it's just a blank. Gary Matthews. 6-4, Starline 5. That's going to be a fly ball. Let's go down to Tony Gwynn in right field. He'll make the catch for the out. One away. Leo Durham doubled in the first, doubled in the third, and grounded to second in the fifth. So 2-for-3 is Leo Durham. 2-2 hit by pitch. He is a 1 plus 10. So he will be hit by the pitch. That one got him on the elbow. Hit by a pitch. Hit by pitch. Where is that here in ball score? It's got to be around somewhere. Let's see here. Come on. Is that under this one? Hit by pitch? No. Hit by pitch. Oh, wait, what's this? There we go. HB. Okay, there we go. So Durham is aboard. And I'm going to take all base running strategies off. All base running strategies off. So he will not try to steal or anything crazy. Not up 4-1 in the top of the eighth. So 3-for-3 is Keith Moreland. Singled in the first. Singled in the third. Singled in the sixth. 3-6. Walk possibly. And that is a 6 versus a righty. 6 it is. That is going to be a walk. And the Cubs have their two men aboard with nobody out here. I'm sorry, one out in the top of the eighth. Ron Say is up. Defense is going to play halfway. And it's a 5-3 and another possible walk. And 12 and a 9. It is a back-to-back walks. Oops. And that's going to load the bases. And now the defense is going to have to play in. They cannot afford to give up another run. Bases loaded. One out here. They're going to play corners in, actually. They're going to play corners halfway in. And they're going to play the middle infield back. Go for the double play, playing back. Jody Davis, Luis de Leon, 2-2. Another hit by pitch chance, and again, he's got a +10 on the hit by pitch. He's a 1, +10 is 11, and that's going to be another hit, and that's going to be it. They've taken Luis de Leon out. And they're going to put in Dave Dravecky, which they maybe should have done to begin with, but new pitcher coming in, Dave Dravecky, as Luis de Leon hit by pitch, then a walk, then another batter hit. And it's still bases loaded, same defense, corners in, middle back. Oh, and that one's foul. We're in the top of the 8th. It is 6-1 Cubs now. 1-1, another hit by pitch chance. He's a +8 on 1 is a 9, and that is a 6, and that is the third batter hit this inning by the pitching of San Diego. Same defense, still bases loaded. 7-1 is your ball game. This inning started off great with a fly ball out to Gwynn in right field. Since then, it's been a hit by pitch on Leo Durham, a walk to Moreland, a walk to Say, a walk to Jody Davis, a hit batter, Larry Boa, and then Dennis Eckersley gets hit. Eckersley should actually be... where's his card? Oops. What happened here? Something messed up. Hang on a second. That's San Diego. That should be San Diego, Chicago. Something happened. I can't handle this. Where'd they all go? Did I put them in the wrong pile? Is that what happens? Where'd all the cards? Oh, right here. Duh. All right, so Didier, Sandberg, Matthews, Durham, Moreland, Say, Davis, Boa, Eckersley. Okay, so that would have been Eckersley. So it's Bob Denier. Still bases loaded, only one out. Bob Denier, defense, 7-1 ball game. They've given up 3 runs on 3 walks and 3 hit batters. Bob Denier. 5-5 is a range play. Oh my gosh, and oh my gosh. Here we go. Bob Denier could blow this game open. 1-1 is star line number 2. Star line number 2 is a fly ball. It's going to center field. Center fielder. Where's our center fielders? And that's going to be, center field is going to be Kevin McReynolds. He's got a range of 5, and that is a 4, so he's going to make the catch out there in center field. Now, you got to check for a sacrifice fly. Bob Denier's got a 0, so no sacrifice fly. Runner at third is Jody Davis. Jody Davis run rating is a 2 minus Kevin McReynolds is a -0. So 1-2. 1-2, he will make it on the sacrifice fly. It's a 5, so he does not go on the fly ball to center field. So big out there. And that brings up Ryan Sandberg. And now game has been blown open here in the third inning with 3 walks and 3 hit batters in 1 inning. Unbelievable. And Ryan Sandberg, 1 for 3, doubled in the third and also a walk. 6-4 possible strikeout. No. Sandberg does not swing at that outside pitch. He waits on one down the middle, 5-6, and he's got it that time and is headed to shortstop. And picking that one up is going to be Templeton for the out. Big out there, and that's going to do it for the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th, and it's going to be Eckersley can face. How many can he face? He can face 33. That's 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. He's going to come out for the 8th. Bottom 8, Dennis Eckersley against Steve Garvey. Garvey's 1 for 3 off him so far. 4-5. Possible strikeout and no strikeout. So Garvey's going to get a swing at it. Oh, gets another swing at it. 6-4. He's going to single past short. Wrong button. So a single by Garvey again. No strategies. We're just saying none of that dice until anytime you're more than 4 runs, one way or the other, up or down, most strategies go off. So Craig Nettles is 2 for 3 on the day. 2 for 3. Singled in the first, singled in the fourth. 7-1 is your ball game. Craig Nettles. 3-6 possible walk, and that will be a walk. So Eckersley maybe a little tired here in the bottom of the 8th. Can he reach down deep and get a couple outs? Terry Kennedy, the catcher, 0 for 3 on the day. 2-5 is a blank. So Kennedy can make things interesting with one swing of the bat. 4-6, and that's going to be ground ball to short. Ground ball double play of 3. No adjustment for Eckersley. 1, 2, or 3. It's a 4. Runner at first is Nettles. He's got a base running of 2, so that is higher than him. So he will be out. It's going to be a fielder's choice. 6-4 on the put out at first. Or at second, I'm sorry. Out is second. So runners at the corners for San Diego. That brings up Kevin McReynolds. Single, walk, and a ground out for Kevin McReynolds. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. They need to get a couple runs here to make things interesting in the 9th. Clinton Parks. Interesting seeing Garvey, Nettles, and Eck on different teams again, but that was baseball and free agency. No double play. It was outside the range, my friend Philip Reynolds. So Kevin McReynolds is up. 2-2 blank on Eckersley. Kevin McReynolds. Come on, Kevin. And that's going to be a double in the gap in center field. And rounding third and coming home is going to be Garvey. And going from first to third is Kennedy. Are they going to send Kennedy home? I think they will not on the double. Yeah, they will. Let's see. What's Terry Kennedy? He's a base running of 3. And that was a D8, so it went to center field. D8, you get a +1 to your base running, so that's a 4. 1 to 4, he'll be headed. It's a 6. Oh boy. So a 6 and a 1. The lead runner advances, ball cut off, and the trailing runner is thrown out. Oh my gosh. All right, so here what happened, a double. No. We're going to have to do this. Cancel that. Yes, cancel that. We're going to have to do this the fancy dancy way. Double better on third, trying to stretch a double into a triple, and that's going to score all the runs. So 2 runs in, but Kevin McReynolds thrown out at third, trying to stretch that double into a, well, he's actually tagging up when the throw went home. They thought it was going home and caught off by the pitcher, Eckersley, who flings it to third. They quick tag out at third, Kevin McReynolds. So that's going to clear the bases, but they do get a couple runs on the 2 RBI double by Kevin McReynolds. And that brings up Carmelo Martinez. Maybe that'll inspire the crowd here. Carmelo Martinez home run in the 2nd inning. Fly ball to left in the 4th and a strikeout in the 6th. 3-3 against Eckersley. Possible walks him. And Eckersley, and that might be it for Eckersley. He's been cruising right along. He's still got a 4 runs cushion. That's 27, 20, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Yeah, he's done. Eckersley's done. He's over his limit. He's supposed to do 33, but he got the runner on with 34, so that's fine. So Eckersley's out. We're going to be having a new pitcher coming in. That new pitcher is going to be, who is it going to be? It's either going to be Thad Bosley or Tim Stoddard. Let's look at Bosley and Stoddard. Bosley and Stoddard. Assuming I have their cards. Really? Where are they? George Frazier. I'm sorry, Frazier and Stoddard. I was looking at the wrong one. Frazier. I saw somebody. Who did I see? Holy cow. How can I not find any of their cards? Huh. I can't find either one. Why can't George Frazier? Do I have them? Oh, do I have them separated somewhere else? Let me see. Hang on a second. San Diego, San Diego. I got everything a mess right now. San Diego. Here's the Chicago. All right, there we are. I already had them pulled. That's why I couldn't find them. That makes sense, doesn't it? So Frazier, they're both right-handers. We're going to go with George Frazier. George Frazier coming in. I already had the cards pulled. That's why I couldn't find them. Of course, that makes more sense. So Frazier's in. Let's see. New pitcher coming in the bottom of the 8th. Frazier, who's not on the team. So I've got to go in to lineup manager, add a player, and he is Frazier. F-R-A-Z-I-E-R. Frazier. George, George. He's a righty-righty. Okay, so George Frazier, welcome to the team. All right, and now I got to switch it back to the other side. And new pitcher, Frazier, batting 9th. That's fine. So George Frazier comes in. And down 4. Runner at first, 2 outs, big time Gary Templeton, 258 hitter. And against right-handers, he has only a 3 chance on a home run. 3 chance on a home run. Let's see, George Frazier comes in, Gary Templeton. This is going to be a lefty-righty matchup. Frazier, the right-handed pitcher, Templeton, the left-handed batter. Frazier, 3-6 blank. Templeton, 51, and that's going to be a fly ball. That's going out to right field and making the catch out there, right? Keith Moreland. Fly ball to right, and that's going to do it as Frazier comes in and gets that out. All right, we go to the top of the ninth. It's now a 7-3 ball game. Dave Dravecki is coming back out to pitch against Gary Matthews. If you missed it, if you're just joining us here, I'm going to take you to the desktop because you are not going to believe what happened in the 8th inning, right? So, I want desktop number 2, not number 1. Let's see. I have desktop number 2. So there we are. There's our ball score. Started off with a fly ball to the right field for the out. Then we had a pitching change there to start the inning. And then hit by batter, Leo Durham, hit by the pitch. Then a walk, then a walk, then a walk. Then Larry Boa hit by the pitch. And then Dennis Eckersley hit by the pitch. 3 walks, 3 hit by pitches. And before you know it, 3 runs are in. Unbelievable. Another pitching change. So it was a different pitcher that hit Eckersley. And then Bob Denier flew out and a little ground out to Sandberg. Holy cow, in that. So we were going to the top of the ninth, and Dave Dravecki against Gary Matthews. Matthews is 1 for 4 on the day. 53. Error to throw, possibly. Error to throw chance. 5-3 is star line 3. That's a ground ball to second. Second base is going to be Al Wiggins. He's got an error of 11. That is an 18, though, so it's on target. Ground ball to Wiggins. Oh, shit, I got to click over here again. Ground ball to Wiggins for the out. That brings up Leo Durham. He has doubled in the second, doubled in the third. He grounded to second in the fifth, and then, of course, hit by pitch. And, of course, for some reason, I've got a program starting that I did not want to get started there, as Steam is doing something stupid. Hit by the pitch in the 8th inning. So, Leo Durham against Dave Dravecki. 1-5 is a star line, so that is going to be a star line. Whoop. Star line. Flip 4. Star line 4 is going to be ground ball down to third. Oh, shit, I got to click over here again. Ground ball down to third for the out. So Durham out of there. 2 away for Keith Moreland. We're in the top of the 9th. 7-3 Cubs. 1994. Series tied at 1 game apiece. Keith Moreland singled in the first, single in the third, single in the 6th, and walk in the 8th. He's 3 for 3 with a walk on the day. 3, 4. Possible strikeout. 8 minus 2 is 6, so no strikeout. Moreland, 6-3, and it's into right field. And that is a 5, and that's going to be a triple. Triple into right field. That one's going to fall in, bounces around in the corner. Moreland rounding first. He's headed to second. The right fielder cannot track it down. Tony Gwynn, he finally gets it. Rounding third is Moreland. Here comes the throw home. It's off target, and that is going to be a triple by Keith Moreland, clearing the bases. Well, there's no one on base, but still, Moreland with the triple. That brings up Ron Say, 0 for 3 and a walk in the 8th. Ron Say, Dravecki trying to get out of this inning, keeping the Padres within 4 runs. 4-3, possible strikeout. No strikeout, though. Ron Say, 2-5, that's a ground ball to short, and that will retire this side. The triple goes nowhere for the Cubs. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. And it looks like they're going to leave Frazier in. He only faced one batter so far, so Frazier's going to stay in. And Dervecki is going to be, they're going to pinch hit for Dave Dervecki, obviously. I just need to figure out who and why and how they're going to be doing this. Let me see who they have on the bench here. It's Champ Summers, Bobby Brown, Tim Flaherty. That's a pitcher. Ron Rowanek. Rob Rowanek. He only played in 12 games, so he might not even be on the team at this point. Rob Rowanek. So we're not going to use him. Let's see. Champ Summers only played in 47 games. Tim Flaherty, 86 games, 85 games. These guys are worthy. Wait a minute. Do I have who pinch hit in the game? I think we already used him, though. I think there was only one pinch hitter for the Padres. In fact, there was no pinch hitters for the Padres in real life because the Padres are ahead 7-1. Let me just see if there's anybody else that's worthy of a chance at a 59 games. He's worthy of trying 50 games, but he's a pitcher. 48 games, pitcher. And that's all the San Diego. Why do I have Chicago in here? Chicago, San Diego. Right, so these are all Chicago. San Diego. These are the... Right, we didn't use Gossage. We used Whitson, Luis De Leon, and Salazar already pinch hit. Right, so these guys, except for Gossage. So who are we going to pinch hit with? It looks like it's going to be Tim Flaherty. Flaherty. Is it Flaherty? Let's see, is it Flannery? Tim Flannery is going to come in. So Tim Flannery, the lefty, coming into pinch hit here in the bottom of the ninth. Tim Flannery against George Frazier. 7-3 is the score. Cubs 3 outs away from taking game number 3 and the all-important 2-1 lead here in the best-of-5 series. George Frazier pitching. Here comes, we got a ballpark check. So this one's going to Jack Murphy Stadium. 1-5, and that's going to be a single into left. And, God damn it. Single into left for Tim Flaherty. He's got a base running of 3, not bad. And in the 9th inning, I'm calling off all strategies. No strategies. Neither team's going to try anything. And in fact, I'm going to call safe base running. All runners will run safe, which means they won't try for 2 on a single. They won't try for home on a single. If they're standing at second. So base running is going to be called safe. And all strategies off here. 4 runs. Everyone wants to play this one and not do the wrong thing. Al Wiggins against George Frazier. 5-3, and we got a range play at the ballpark. So we got the range play dice against the green dice is for the range play. Range play at the ballpark. 3-2, and that's going to be a single into center field, but range of 1, and they're going to steal that one away. That is going to be Bob Denier. Let's just make sure. I'm sure Bob Denier has got a range of 3. So he makes the catch, taking the single away. Unbelievable. Otherwise, it would have been actually an S+8, which means he would have tried to stretch that into a double. But that is going to be a fly ball to center field as Bob Denier, quick on his feet, takes a hit away from Al Wiggins. Quick on his feet, takes the hit away. That brings up 351 average for Tony Gwynn, but he is 0 for 4 in the day. He is due. Running first, he's taking a lead out there, but very short lead. George Frazier 1-2, possible walk, and that's a walk. Tony Gwynn does not bite on that curveball. That one goes in the dirt. And that is going to be a base on balls. Runners at first and second now. Steve Garvey, 2 for 4 on the day. Steve Garvey scored in the 8th. Singled in the first. Steve Garvey, let's see if he can get a bat on ball. George Frazier, 5-1 in another ballpark. This is 3 straight ballpark checks. Jack Murphy Stadium is going to determine the winner here. 5-6, and that's going to be grounded to the pitch, to the catcher. G2. Wow. And they're going to check for a ground ball double play. Steve Garvey is a 3. -1 off of Tom Frazier, so it's only a 2. 1 or 2, and this game is over. Oh, 1 or 2, and this game is over. 4, and the runner at first is Gwynn. Gwynn's base running is a 4, so this dice is not higher than this, so they get the runner at first, not the runner at second. So that's going to be a grounder to the catcher. His only plays down to first, that's Durham. So runners at second and third, and that's going to bring up Greg Nettles. Greg Nettles. Right-handed pitchers, he crushes. 20 home runs in the regular season. If he gets a home run check, he's at 20. Greg Nettles could make things, excuse me, really interesting here. And Greg Nettles is 2 for 3 on the day. Single in the first, single in the fourth, grounded to second in the 6th, and then walked in the 8th. They've had enough of George Frazier. They're actually going to be calling. They're going to be calling to the pen, and it looks like Tim Stoddard's going to get his shot at it here. Tim Stoddard, and we're going to have a new pitcher coming in, Tim Stoddard, and he's not on the lineup either, so I'm going to have to add him first. Yeah, I'm going to have to add him though. Lineup manager, add new player. Stoddard, Stoddard. Tim, he is a righty. Okay, right. Okay, welcome to the team. Actually, go back, let's save this roster. There we go. Okay, so go back to the bottom of the 9th. And we're bringing in Tim Stoddard now. Tim Stoddard. All right, so Tim Stoddard here is going to be facing off Greg Nettles. Again, right now, we're on safe base running, no strategies. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Runners at first and second. Still, the tying run is not at the plate yet. So a single or double by Greg Nettles will bring the tying run up. Tom Stoddard, 5-5, and that's going to be error on the throw, possibly. Error on the throw chance. 2-4, and that's going to be a single into past the second baseman, so that's going into right field. And so it's just because it's a single, remember I said basements, so single means everybody's going one base. That brings up the tying run. Dun, 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 dun. Single into right. And that brings up Terry Kennedy. 13 on a 20-sider for home runs versus right-handers. 14 home runs in the regular season, 240 average. Bases are loaded. He represents the tying run here against Tim Stoddard. 1 out away the Cubs. Can we get more of the curse of the Billy Goat? Somehow, someway, can the Billy Goat curse these Cubs? Come on, curse! Oh, that one's hit foul. Come on, curse. Come on, curse. 1-6. Oh, it's a range play. It's a range play. There's always a chance on a range play. Terry Kennedy. 0 for 4 on the day is Terry Kennedy. Can he find a hole? He found a hole! That's a 6 on the range. 6-5, 6-5. That's second base. It's going to get through for another single, and everyone's going to advance a base. On the single, past the diving stop of the second baseman, that's Sandberg. Outside his range. Nobody's got a range of 6. That's why I know. So that doesn't matter, as that is going to be a single, and now we have got the tying run on the base paths. Can the curse of the Billy Goat come back to haunt the Cubs here in the bottom of the ninth? Bases are still loaded. Kevin McReynolds represents the winning run now, and he gets a hold of one. He's 14 out of 20 on a home run. We got to get that home run check. We got to get that home run check. Tim Stoddard giving up back-to-back singles, one run in, bases loaded, the winning run at the plate. Kevin McReynolds, he is grounded to short in the second inning. He walked in the fourth, singled in the sixth, and then a big RBI double in the eighth. He was caught trying to stretch that double into a triple, but can he once again get bat on ball against Tim Stoddard? Cardiac moment here in San Diego. The crowd is on their feet. Here comes the pitch from Stoddard. Oh, we don't need the green one. Just ignore it. 5-1. Error on a ground ball chance. So on a ground ball, this game might not be over on an error chance. Error on a ground ball chance. 5. It's a single into center field. Kevin McReynolds has done it. Single into center field. And that is going to put the tying run in scoring position. It is now back-to-back-to-back singles. Oh, was I too loud? Sorry. Kevin McReynolds has done it. Back-to-back-to-back singles against Stoddard. And the curse of the Billy Goat, as the crowd is starting to chant, the curse of the Billy Goat. Tying run is 90. It's in scoring position. The winning run is now on base at first. 7-5 is your score, and coming up is Carmelo Martinez, who's already hit 2 home runs against the Cub pitching. Can he somehow, some way, find a way? He's hit a home run in the second inning. He flew out to left in the fourth, strikeout in the sixth. He walked in the eighth inning. He is just one swing away from sending 47,697 fans home from Jack Murphy Stadium, and let the Billy Goat curse live. Here we go. Tom Stoddard trying to somehow will his team to a victory. That's a foul. All that for a big foul. Come on, Martinez. 4-2. Walk. It's a walk! He walked in the run! Unbelievable! And the curse is still coming in! The tying run is now 90 feet away! The winning run is at scoring position! The Cubs have no one left out of the bullpen to bring in! Nobody left in the bullpen to bring in! I don't believe... Let's look. Let's just make sure they don't have anyone... Rich Bordy, possibly. Rich Bordy could come in. He did have 4 saves in the regular season, so we'll think about that. No saves. Here's 1 save. We're going to bypass him. Let's just make sure the tying run is just 90 feet away. No 3 saves, Warren Brewster. So there is a couple possibilities, actually, and that's it. So it's either going to be Warren Brewster, Rich Bordy, or Tom Stoddard, and it looks like it's going to be Warren Brewster. It's going to come in. They've seen enough. Warren Brewster's coming in, and he'll be going in the bottom of the 9th inning now. Gary Templeton, the switch hitter, 258 average. He's only got 3 for power, but right now we do not need power. All we need is a single. And they've called off safe base running. They've called it off. They called it off, and since they called it off, we will use strategy here in case they want to try to pick someone off. So Warren Brewstar's coming in. He was 1-1 in the season, 3 saves, 3.11 ERA, pitched 63 and 2/3 innings. He had 57 hits, 37 strikeouts, and 14 walks. Warren Brewstar against Gary Templeton for San Diego. 3 runs in. All they need is one more base hit, and that could score. Who is on second? It's going to be Kevin McReynolds. What is Kevin McReynolds' speed? He's only got a base running of 2, which will go up to 3 because there's 2 outs. So, do you pinch run for him? We might pinch run for him if we have someone on the bench with a better base running. Base running. That's base running of 2, base running of 1. Ron Rowanek's a base running of 3. That could make a difference. They're actually going to be putting Rowanek in. They're going to put Rowanek in to pinch run for Kevin McReynolds. Ron Rowanek. Actually, again, he only played in 12 games, so I hate to... Let me check and see if he played in the previous game or the next game, Ron Rowanek, so I can make sure he's on the team right now. And let's see, Rob Rowanek. I do not see him play in the next game, which let's check the final game of the series. Rob Rowanek. Rob Rowanek. No, I do not see him, so he might not even be on the team right now, so I will not use Rob Rowanek, unfortunately. All right. So who else do we have? It's base running a 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Boy, a lot of slow guys. Base running a 1, base running a 2. Here's 3. Mario Ramirez. He played in 48 games. It's pretty close to the cutoff. Yeah, they're going to put in Mario Ramirez to pinch run for Kevin McReynolds. Oops. So let's see. No. Go away. How do I line up? Wait. We can just hit pinch runner, right? Yes, pinch runner. Insert pinch runner into the lineup. And it's going to be for the man on second. And it's going to be Ramirez. Ramirez. Mario Ramirez is going to come in and pinch run. Pinch runner comes in. Mario Ramirez. He's a base running of 3, 2 outs, so he'll be up to 4. On a base hit. Gary Temple. Oh my gosh. The Cubs this inning have been, they're shell-shocked. A single by the pinch hitter, Tom Flaherty. Flaherty, yes. Then Al Wiggins flew out. Then a walk to Tony Gwynn. Then a little dribble in front of the plate to Steve Garvey. No, double play not in time. Then Greg Nettles with the single. Terry Kennedy with the single. Kevin McReynolds with the single. And then a walk to Carmelo Martinez. The bases are loaded. The tying run just 90 feet away. Somehow, let's keep the curse of the Billy Goat going, baby. Come on! 1 hit is all we need. 1 stinking hit is all we need. And this game is over. Possible strikeout. Ow! Steve Reich 3. Gary Templeton swing and a miss. Oh, and the ball game is over. Oh my gosh. What a ball game this ended up turning out to be. But if you're a Cubs fan, it ended up winning on the right side, though, as the visitors take this one 7-6. The Padres decided to wait till the 8th inning for their offense to wake up. 2 runs in the 8th, 3 runs in the 9th, 1 more hit, and it would have been ball game. But that's going to do it here for game number 3 as the Cubs hold on to win game number 3 of this series. They've taken a 2-1 lead in this best of 5. One more victory, and the Cubs will go on to play in the World Series, their first one since 1945. And we'll see if they can finish off the Padres next time. So thanks to Philip Reynolds and Clinton Parks and all my friends out there that came out to watch this one. If you're watching this afterwards, not live, I appreciate you checking it out. Excuse me. Hopefully you stayed to the end and got to check out this amazing game. Almost Curse of the Billy Goat. Just couldn't get that last run across. That would have been awesome. One more base hit. Base hit scores 2 runs. The Cubs leave and lose, and their mouths hang open as they lose with 5 runs in the 9th. That would have been epic and awesome, and certainly add to the lore of the Curse of the Billy Goat, which we could have used. Maybe we have to wait till game number 5. We'll see, though. We'll see if the Padres have to win game number 4 first, as they're down 2-1. So your final score here from Jack Murphy Stadium, the 1984 Chicago Cubs, 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The San Diego Padres, 6 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. We'll see you all soon. Tabletop Sports Delaware, yo, too late. Oh, you missed a whale of a ball game. The Curse of the Billy Goat came this close to costing the Cubs again. Oh, Nilly, it would have been sweet. We'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for coming out.